So today guys, we're gonna be taking a look at a disposable camera, and let me tell you, this is one that you're not gonna want to dispose of. Okay. Let me just tell you, I was blown away when I saw that Ilford make a disposable camera. I'm really new to the disposable camera scene. Well, no, that's not true. Technically, I've been on the disposable camera scene since I was like 5 years old. I'm new to the resurgence of the disposable camera, is what I mean. So I really thought that was just the ones that you buy in the drugstore, which is what we call the chemist. So I was super duper surprised when I saw that there are Ilford. I mean, Ilford, come on. I don't have to tell you. Ilford is like the Nike of shoes. No, the Yeezy. I don't know about shoes, okay? And I was even more surprised when I saw that they sell this in boots. So boots, I guess, maybe it's just a European thing. Maybe just an Irish-English thing. What's the word for Ireland and England together? But yeah, boots, I guess, in America, it's kind of like CVS or Walgreens or something like that. This is the Ilford XP2 Super 400. When I first looked at it, because it's got this like plastic case, I thought, ooh, it's an underwater black and white camera. How niche. But no, it's not. At least I don't think so. So I've actually already shot this because when I bought it, I didn't know that I was gonna like be making YouTube videos about my experience with it. So if I can recall, gosh, it was like 2 months ago. If I can recall, I went around my old neighborhood, which was my current neighborhood at the time, and I've since moved neighborhoods, so that'll be pretty cool. In fact, in that neighborhood, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a pretty gruesome murder. The body was found with... Am I trying to get demonetized in my first ever video? But... oh, I won't be monetized at all, because it's my first ever video. But yeah, let's not talk about that, though. I'm pretty sure I also took it down home over Christmas to the countryside. Not really sure. I can't honestly remember. So it'll be a surprise for all of us. So, straight off the bat, as you can see, you know, it's not gonna win any Sharpest Image of 2020 award. I just like this kind of spooky feel that it has. It almost looks like it's not black and white. Does anyone else feel like that? Like it's not black and white? Like there's kind of some color in the sky? Yeah, I just like this little tree. You know, his friend has fallen over next to him, but he's staying strong. Yeah, I just have a real thing for like trees silhouetted against the sky. I just, whenever I see it, I just can't help myself. I need to... That was my shutter sound effect. Whatever. I'll work on it in my personal time. So, right here is my dog. His name is Sparky, but I call him Ambition because that's actually what I originally named him, but my family thought that was a ridiculous name, so they renamed him Sparky. Now we call him Sausage Belly because he eats like 8 sausages whole at one time. He's not a very photogenic dog. This is actually one of his more photogenic moments, even though he is in fact eating grass. This again is like, this is right up the road from my house. In the countryside, my family home. I never know what to call when you move out from your parents' house, but you still kind of consider it home, but you also have your own home. Like, what is that called? What do you call it? Do you call it your parents' house? I don't know. Anyway, this is up the road from where I grew up. There we go. And every time I pass it, it's been there for like forever. I have to take a picture. I don't know whether it's because it reminds me of like steaks that you stake a vampire with in Buffy, specifically, like giant steaks. Or just, I just like the lines. As you can see, yeah, a little bit blurry in the foreground. I also did have to crop away my thumb. This one, yeah, I mean, as you can see, there's kind of a weird ghost spirit-like thing in the water. It's weird, it's like you can almost tell that, like, yeah, it's good film, it's Ilford film in a crappy camera. And I kind of love that. This is the lake next to where I grew up. Again, I've probably taken a photo of this standing in this exact place like a million times. In my opinion, this is a very average, standard, unimpressive photograph. Very low contrast. But I like the movement on the water, and I like that I took it on a disposable camera. Also, it's kind of eerie, kind of creepy. I think you find all the landscapes that I took with this camera are kind of creepy, kind of eerie. Especially this one. Again, very soft. There's a lot of smudging, softness, smudging going on up here. I find these plants super creepy. And then, yeah, just a boat filled with plants. Again, this is something that I pass all the time on my way to the lake. The people in the house must be very flattered that I take a picture of their amazing boat art piece every single time I pass it. Or they're very creeped out and they've called the police. We don't know. Wow, I remember taking this photo. I mean, I remember taking all these photos. But this is one of those times where I stood for ages, stepping side to side, stepping back, trying to compose the perfect shot, just working really hard in the composition. And in the end, not good at all, in my opinion. But again, there seems to always be, it seems to be very sharp in the foreground, and then in the background, not so much. This, I mean, yeah. It's St. Finbarr's Cathedral in Cork City, Ireland. Yeah, this literally, I mean, again, one of those things that I've taken a million pictures of. I can't help but take a picture of it every time I see it. And here we are, again, St. Finbarr's Cathedral. I like the gloomy day. Again, this was one of those times where I was like, ooh, shall I include the trees, the tree branches here, or shall I go in a little bit? I think I made the right decision to include the tree branches, to be honest. Here is very low contrast, washed out image of some tombstones. Forgot the word there. Yeah, hopefully you're getting a sense of what this camera can do, and the effects that it creates, and you know, maybe you're enjoying the photos for the sake of the photos. Who knows? I promise this is the last picture of the cathedral, but here I think you can see that it's very sharp in places. This is my old house. This was like one of my last mornings before moving, and so yeah, the light always shined in really spectacularly from the back patio place, and I was like, yeah, I gotta take one last picture of this. I think it's kind of ethereal. I like it. Maybe too much shine over on the plate, but this is my old neighborhood. I just like light meeting dark, and I also like gates. So this photo has it all for me. I used to pass this particular house, this gate, all the time for like 2.5 years. And one day, like towards the end of living there, I noticed this golden 2. And I didn't know if I just never noticed it or they cut away the leaves. Honestly, I'm really pleased with the outcome of these photographs. Like for a disposable camera, you know, I really didn't know what to expect, but I'm happy. But I had to crop out like half of this photo because my thumb was just like, whoa, right in the center. So yeah, this is what's left. A motorcycle in front of a skip with trash in it. Hard to say whether they're also throwing away the motorbike or not. Yeah, this has like a really like old-timey feel to it. And yeah, this is like my favorite, I think. I don't know why there's no label on those noodles. I think she took it off for the photograph. I think she saw me going to take it. She's like, oh wait, it'll look better without the label. I don't know why there's like a vignette, I don't know how to pronounce that. Vignette, you know what I mean. That effect going on. Yeah, it's just like a nice candid portrait. This is quite a sentimental photo for me, just because, again, it's in my old place, a few days before I moved out. And these are my plants. Where they live. I mean, I took my plants with me, obviously, but this was their home. Oh, I just sounded really crazy there. I'm not actually that emotionally attached to my plants, but you know what I mean? This is where they sat every day and talked to me. You see, yeah, so that's it. Overall, I'm super pleased. Here's an example of one of the images that could have been really nice. But yeah, there's my thumb. I would definitely buy one of these again, for sure. I mean, it's only like 11.15. Well, it's not exactly cheap, but yeah, 11.59 in Boots. This is the box that it comes in. I would give this camera like a 4-star rating, honestly. I would actually get it again. I'm not a big fan of black and white. Like, for instance, I don't think I'll be like buying just film like on its own. I think I would honestly just, if I wanted to shoot black and white, get one of these again. Let me know down below if you have tried one of these cameras, and let me know which was your favorite of the photos that I took. Validate me.